English class. Today we are going to do invitations and I am your host Mrs. Anurita Sivaj. Do you know that invitations are of two types, formal invitations and informal invitations? Today we are going to do formal invitations. That is why this session is called Invitations 1. Formal invitations are very formal in form as well as in language. They are written in third form. There is no signature at the end. Program is given at the bottom right. Date of writing the invitation is not given. The simple present tense is used. Other instructions like valid for two, please be seated by are added at the bottom in the center. RSVP, please reply, is written at the bottom left. Now let me explain to you these new things which you must have come across. First thing, the most important thing is that formal invitation is written in third person and there is no signature at the end because the name of the person is already there while the invitation is drafted. Okay, and program of course is at the bottom right. And date of writing the invitation is not given because the date of invite, date of the event is more important, that is given. And then all the instructions which are required are in the center. Another term which is important is RSVP. It is something very peculiar to the formal invitations. That means please reply. And below it normally a telephone number or an address is given. And the host expects you to contact him to tell him whether you will be accepting his invitation or declining it. Okay, that is why RSVP is very important. Important tips to be followed while writing formal invitation. Start with name, designation and address of the host. Give details about the function, date, time, venue and chief guest if required. Write RSVP on the left hand corner bottom. Use a single sentence, third person pronoun and formal language. Now the layout of the formal invitation is going to be something like this. Name of the host on the top. With a standard expression, you are cordially invited, or Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so cordially invite you for the occasion. This will be in bold letters with a different font. Then date, time, place and name of the chief guest if there is any. Again with the standard expression, has kindly consented to be the chief guest. RSVP on the left and program on the right. Now you can see this whole thing is centrally aligned in an hourglass shape. This is the layout of a formal invitation. You have to be very particular about this. One example. This is a wedding invitation. You can see the name of the host, Mrs. and Mr. S.S. Ahluwalia, and they are calling their friend Sudhir for the marriage of their daughter. The place, the date, time and the program is everything is written there in the content. Left hand side is RSVP with the address and telephone number. Right hand side is the best compliments from relatives and friends because the program here is self-explanatory. Okay. So everything which we had discussed has already come here. There is another type of formal invitation which is for individual. The first one we had done was for the mass production. Okay, and for individual there's a different type of formal invitation and it is written like a formal letter. It is normally used to invite a dignitary as a chief guest. Language is formal and polite. Request for confirmation is there in that and it is written in formal first person. Sometimes it is written in a third person also, but mostly it is written in first person. And it is signed off with name and designation. Designation is very important. Let's recapitulate what we have learned today. So formal invitations are of two types. First one is written in third person, no signing off, no date of writing, RSVP for replies. It is centrally aligned. and the individual invitation is written in letter form. I hope I've made myself very clear. Thank you very much.